All right, good evening, everyone. Today, as I said at the previous stream, we will be working on some tech debt items. So on the list today, we have image carousel should receive help text as a property, also the scroll bar color. I'm not sure about this one, but all right, I'll keep on reading and we'll discuss what I'm going to do next. Um, Next one is background transition duration exists in both blog post elements SAS and I should merge them and import them in a common SAS. Okay, well, yeah. Next one is extract blog button into its own component. The next one is blog depends on blog post.module.sas. Decouple them, which, well, the blog should not depend on blog post.module.sas, right? They're module SAS files, so like only one component should import a module.sas. Anyway, next one is scroll down the web page and enter the blog. You should reset the scroll position to the top when entering the blog. Okay, let's start with the last one I read. Okay, let's. I took my keyboard back, by the way. So yeah, I was trying the Apple keyboard that I had before, and I think I prefer this one, and it looks better on the stream too. I mean, it's shiny and colorful, right? Anyway, um, let me show you the bug. So I'm gonna read it again. It says scroll down the web page and enter the blog. You should reset the scroll position to the top upon entering the blog. Yeah, the blog should start from the top, right? Well, that's what we skipped. And when we go back, it should be here. But when we click on blog, well, it should scroll to the top. Yeah, I think that's something we fixed before in the blog component or the blog post component, right? We have scroll to 00 in here, and I think what we can do is just copy this, paste it to blog, and like just write, or maybe in the use effect area, or maybe we can just paste it at the top of the component right here, and it could do something similar, or it would do something similar. I'm not sure. Okay. Let's open the terminal. Okay, it works. Cool. Let's go back, scroll down. Oh, let's refresh everything. Let's scroll down and click blog. Yep, it's at the top. If you click back, we're still at the same area. Okay, that works. All right, that solves the problem. So it's this task done, which was a two-story pointer. Well, turns out it's not that difficult. Next one, blog depends on blog post module.sas. Decouple them. Okay, let me explain this to you now. Now we are in the blog component, right? So the blog component right now, it depends on blog post.module.sas apparently. Where is it? Oh, there you go. So these three styles, they are coming from the blog post module.sas, and well, it looks like we have the signature style and also the style for these buttons defined in blog.module.sas, but we don't actually need that. So maybe we could do. Okay, let me try one thing. I'm gonna play around with the router for a bit. Index.js. Alright. What if I don't make this an exact path? What happens then? If we go back and click the blog, we click one of these things. Oh, okay, nothing happens. Oh, okay. So when you click on this, the blog gets loaded in here. Oh, I see. That's not what we want. But what if we could replace all of these things with that one? And then we don't have to have separate. Okay, that's a silly idea and just defeats the purpose of having separate pages actually. So never mind. These are going to be separate separate pages, but the style and the colors of these things will be defined inside their own respective page modules. So I'm going to copy those three rules and paste them inside blog.module.sas. So we have them in here right now. Let me remove those ones. Okay, So this is blog.module.sass, this is blogpost.module.sass, and maybe we can create something like a common blog folder, and we can put common styles in there. Right? Yeah, but that defeats the, like, that still makes the components coupled, because they will be depending on this top level file, and then we're going to put the common things in the top level file, and blog and the blog post module, they're both going to be like they're both going to have a dependency on this upper file, which still introduces a dependency to the projects, right? And I'm not sure if you want that or not. Let me think for a second. But then in the other case, you end up duplicating the same CSS in multiple files, which is an okay thing if you think about it, because these components are completely separate from each other. And if I wanted to separate them later, then yeah, actually, I think code duplication is better than having a shared SAS file. Okay, but then we can put these things in a shared SAS file. Ooh, yeah, that's difficult. Like, okay, these are variables, but the other one is styles. I can put variables in there, but not styles. Okay, so what did we import in the blog component? Let's split this vertically, no, horizontally, not vertically. Is that horizontal? Yeah, horizontal. Okay, so what are we importing? We're importing these three things: dark signature, social media button background, and dark one. Oh yeah, okay. I think I can just put them there too, so I remove the dependency. Wait, and also I need that one. And we can just cut these from here and then paste them in there. We can remove this dependency, and that's how we could solve the problem. Yes, we've duplicated code, I know, but I think this is still better than having a dependency on another module file. This is kind of cleaner, not fully clean, but kind of cleaner. All right, now that we're done with the task, let's move on. Next one, extract blog button into its own component. Yes, this is something that I would enjoy doing now. All right. So in the blog post component, we have these two buttons in here, and I think I can extract them into their own components, but the problem now is this one has its own click method, which means I will have to pass a method as a property maybe. Nah, I think this is one of the cleanest ways to do it, but I can extract this whole thing as a separate component, and I can put it inside the container, right? I can extract the inner part of this into its own component. I could call it blog header, blog hero, yeah, blog post header. I can call it the blog post header and put these things inside there. That could work. And I can move this box class into the other component. So we have 3 links in here. Actually, I can replace this with just a regular link, right? Why is this complaining? Oh, it says just use the button. Why is this complaining now? Missing an explicit type attribute for button. Okay, type. Oh, can it just? I had no idea that existed. I don't know enough HTML to see if. Oh yeah. but then this turns it into a button, which is not fully what I want, but I could change the CSS to set the background as transparent, which could not make this a link but a button, which it makes more sense, I think. But right, so this dark mode toggle or the button, which one? It was just fine as a link, so can I just keep this as a link? Yeah, yeah, but then what? But it's wrong to use a link as a button, because when a user with a screen reader navigates onto your website, the screen reader will read this one as a link, and if the user clicks on it via voice, then it's not going to change the website, and the screen reader might be confused. The user is probably going to get more confused. Okay, this is a difficult case, and I don't know what to do really. But I think it's always better to do things properly. So I'm going to look into Bootstrap transparent buttons. Maybe Bootstrap has a special class that makes buttons transparent. Button primary outline. What's this? Let's see. Oh, that's not really what I want. I don't want an outline to the button. I just want a fully transparent button. Or I could also do that, but if I change this to a button, would it have an outline? It only removes it in Google Chrome, maybe. Chrome and Firefox. So you can remove it. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Okay, yeah. Let's change background color to transparent. Is there a button there still? Yeah. Okay, refresh the page. Okay, I'm gonna try this link in Safari, and if it works in Safari, it will probably work on everything. Yeah, it does. Okay, so setting it to transparent, border none, color no, outline none. Yeah, I can do that, I think. Which also means I can make this one a button too, and pass the function as a property maybe. Is that a valid thing, passing functions as parameters? Probably. This is JavaScript, right? I can do anything I want. Yeah, I'm just joking. JavaScript has its limitations too. Alright, let's... Can I get rid of this and just pass the class name into this one, and also the onClick function to this one too? So instead of this being a paragraph, let's make this a proper button now. Okay, let's add, what property was it? Associated with a text label, missing explicit type attribute for button. This is as clean as it gets. Can't think of a better way to do this. But okay, the purpose of this stream is to make everything cleaner. The things that I knew that I couldn't make it cleaner, the purpose of the stream is to make them cleaner. So I'm gonna find a way to make this one cleaner before I end this stream. So we have all the time that we need to think about this issue. Okay. So if you ask me, changing this to be a button not a Bootstrap button, just a regular button, seems like a good option. And now it complains that we haven't put a label for the button. So to fix that, we can put something in here. Like if we put any character, will it stop complaining about? Okay, so now we also have to put a type attribute. The type could be just button, which is fine again. Yeah, we've managed to get rid of all of the errors, but at what cost? If I remove this, it's still going to complain about, okay, it's going to complain about a control must be associated with the text label. Okay, let's Google this. Alright, this is more tricky than I thought. No. I want to make this, honestly, I want to make this, I want to do this properly. And the only way that comes to my mind is, oh yeah, I can do something, yes. So I can call this dark mode toggle. And now it's going to say the text in there, right? And if I inspect this, make it responsive. It's not going to affect anything, but I'm going to make this text. Oh, okay. So now when the user clicks in here, it becomes a problem as well. Okay. I was going to make that text transparent, but then, so screen readers would still read dark mode toggle, but when the user clicks on it, then it wouldn't do anything. Okay, so maybe we can do hide overflow CSS. Yeah, overflow hidden. For visible overflow hidden. Yeah, that's what we're going to try now. So in here I'm going to paste overflow hidden, and let's see what this does. Yep, that achieves exactly what I want. Now I'm going to make the background of the button transparent. And screen readers will still read this as dark mode toggle. That's just perfect. That's genius. Okay, so font. So border color is going to be what? So we're going to change it in sun and moon actually. So border color in here is actually going to be white. Border color in here is going to be black. Okay, let's see how this looks. Maybe. Okay. And Background is, oh, background is marked as transparent. Type is button. Why isn't the background of this transparent though? Oh wait, it is. It now is. It's transparent in responsive mode, but it's not transparent in non-responsive mode. Oh, okay, so it's not transparent for. Does it have a box shadow? Okay, let's yeah, try these ones too. You can remove this. No, it still does the same thing. Why can't I get rid of the color the background of the button? Is it because of this? Can I just take this one out and paste it like right there? Yeah, I think it's because it's in another button, that's why. So if you go back to the blog post in here, and if we change this to be a paragraph rather than, yeah, just keep it as is. Okay, maybe we can try putting it out of this component. Just paste it in here and close it on itself. Okay, now it's gone. Okay, we can still fix that. Now that this returns a button, we can probably put this function back in here and it's going to work magically. Well, it doesn't, but we can, so this is the on-click property. And we can pass the function and also the variable. So we're going to pass this function, and we're going to call it on-click method. We're going to go into dark mode toggle. Let's put these side by side. This is next level stuff. Oh, I've never done anything like this before. Let's pass this function. We called it on-click method as like this, and we're gonna have the on-click method. We're gonna put this in here and say we're gonna call on-click method, and we're gonna call it with wait, the opposite of is dark. Oof. This is not going to work. Wow, okay, I'm impressed. I am impressed by my own programming stuff. Alright, that's promising. That's very promising indeed. That means we can... What class name does this hold? And it's centered, so we can get rid of all of this thing. Alright. That looks good, that looks good. You just have to add this to the prop types. So on click method is prop types dot function. Is that even a thing? Can you pass a function? Oh, it's not complaining. Yes, it is a thing. And we can change the font color to be transparent. Can we do that? Maybe. And change color to be transparent too. Okay, that works. And now I want to get rid of the highlight item around it. So but that's not something you should do, right? It's not recommended. I can change the color on hover. That's something I can do. So instead of the outline, I'm gonna do what this does. These are still list items or whatever they are. Let's see what they are. Okay, these are still. Okay, so I'm gonna add a hover effect, but I'm gonna get rid of the highlight box. Button highlight CSS. Yeah. Okay. So outline none would work, they say. We can try it. Let's give it a shot. That didn't work. It wasn't that easy. Okay, let's try something else. Yeah, it's bad for accessibility, but I'm gonna fix it. I know what I'm doing. WebKit tab highlight color. No. Outline none, outline color, no. Yeah. Okay, maybe we can try this one. And it also seems to have a background around it now, which is not what I want. So let me see if I can get rid of it. Is it because of this? It could be because of that, right? Yeah, it's because of that. Now I just want to get rid of the blue box around it. Things I do to make my code cleaner. All right. Doesn't run. Cool. We can try it again regardless. So let's copy it, paste it right there. And I do not think this is going to fix the issue whatsoever. No. Let's try for other solutions. Okay, outline. Oh, that's something. Focus outline 0. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I don't want to have a focus outline. I'm going to change the color instead. So, so maybe I can do this. Like, how do I change the... Okay, let me try this. Dark mode toggle, focus, outline, 0. That might work. Yes. And now, so the tab button doesn't focus around this anymore, right? So I have to make it in such a way that the outline just, I don't know, blinks for a second or maybe, I don't know, when you hover over it. Oh, this is so difficult. Change the color to, I don't know, change it to green or something. Let's try how this looks. Green is not obvious. Let's change it to like red, a more obvious color. So we have to change the border color or the box shadow color. Box shadow. Let's change it to green. That doesn't work either. What if we change this and that? And let's make this red again. Let's see what this does. I see. I see. Okay, okay, that's something we can fix. So we can do maybe is this how you do it, by the way? No. Okay, so I'm gonna change its color slightly when it's focused, and then I'm gonna change its color back once the user taps somewhere else. So to do that, I'm probably gonna do something like this: focus, and then I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna change it to like 333 maybe, a lighter version of like a gray, 444 maybe. Yeah, that's better. And then I'm gonna do the same thing for moon as well, but that's gonna, well, the CSS of that should be coming from the moon. So let me just copy this instead, paste it in here, and type just focus in here. You're gonna get rid of this, and instead of FFF, let's try something like maybe like, oh, I changed keyboards recently and it's difficult to adjust. Okay, maybe not that, but 999, is that a good color to put there? Maybe. Okay, let's try. Okay, it changes color, now it's highlighted. Okay. Okay. Maybe I should just try the hover effect instead. So instead of focus, can I just do hover? Hover. No. But lose focus on click. JavaScript. Let's get JavaScript involved. How to click make the current impulse lose its focus? Yes. Focus blur? No. What? No. We can try. We can try. Okay, we can try the blur method, which is in, where's the component there? On click method is that, and we also want to call something else. So let's put these in parentheses. Let's put it in a scope, semicolon, and color dot blur. Is this even a thing? I don't think so. Maybe try this. I'm not going to worry about this actually. Never mind. Just never mind. That's not a problem. I'm going to ignore that problem. I tried, but I can keep it on one of them at least. I can keep it on the opposite one, the other one. So this is going to be called focus, and I'm going to remove that one. Let's let it refresh. Oh, it didn't compile. Did it? Okay, it's fine, right? Is there anything wrong in here? No. What's happening? Okay. Okay. Huh. I deleted the opposite one, didn't I? This is still hover, it should be focus. Okay, it changed its color, and if I click on this, okay, it changes color now. If I click on this, okay, that's better, right? That's much better. Okay, I can keep it as is because at least it's still visible for at least it's still visible. It's a visible change when people start pressing the tab button on my website. Still better than many solutions out there probably, but yeah, that's up to my standards, I think. I mean, not that the website's styles are high or anything. I'm just trying to learn React in here, don't get me wrong, but it's okay. It does the job. At least, well, if you click here at once, then you know that this button is clickable, right? You don't have to get a highlight color anymore. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm happy with that change. And yeah, we've managed to clean this up. And these two things are links, and I think they should stay as links. It's better for them to stay this way. But then I also have a class name assigned to them, and they're both the same thing. They just take different yeah, but I think this is fine. What I could do is just put these all in a separate component called blog header, maybe blog post header or something. But before that, let's see this. This is the blog post itself. In here, okay, yeah, that seems fine. What's that? Okay. And then right after that, there's a horizontal ruler. And then after that, there's the footer. I should definitely extract blog footer as a different element. And the background is passed as a property in here, which is fine. Social media links, they're passed from what's the footer? Where's the footer coming from? Okay, it's coming from a JSON file, which is expected again. What else can I clean up in here? Extract the button into its own component. Like, this is overkill to create a component for it. There's just these two. We don't need to create a component for it, as in, like, just to get rid of this class name. It's not worth making your code less clean. Like, adding more components makes your code less clean sometimes, depending on your use case, and this is not a very good use case, I think. Okay. How much of a difference does this make? Let's see. Well, let's see on the desktop side first. Because I don't think that even makes a difference at all. It's in blog post, right? Are we in a blog post? Yes, we are. Let's remove this. Did that make a difference? Because I didn't see it. Maybe it makes a difference in the mobile version, but I don't think so. No, it doesn't. Like, if it makes a difference, I don't see it anyway. Yeah, I don't see the difference. So that's gone. That's cleaner. We can extract the signature as a component because it's used in many other places too, and the source is that one. If I extract this as a component, I have to give it a source. Which I think is doable. And I want to give it the signature and the dark signature classes. Yeah, let's do that. So we're going to create a new component now. This is the simplest component. We're just going to copy and paste this and we're going to call it signature. And yeah, let's add the file to the Git. Let's change these names. And a lot more. We're going to call all of these signature. Alright, let's go back to the other component, not this one, but blog post. Let's drag this out here. What are we going to have? So we're going to have a single image inside this component only. Okay, if we copy this, we paste it in here. Right. What's wrong and what's right in here? What are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? We don't need heading.module.sass. We're going to have a separate Sass file now. It's going to be called, let's just copy this, the simplest one. This is going to be called signature.module.sass. Let's add this file to Git, and we're going to have two class names in here. One of them is going to be called signature, and the other one is going to be called dark signature. All right, let's see where the signature. Oh, sorry. Let's see where the signature comes from. Where is it? It comes from there. Well, we can just copy this. Fortunately, paste it there, and we can probably get rid of that one. But before we get rid of that, let's also copy this from blog post module.sass. We can probably just remove this from there. Yeah, let's remove it, and if things break, things will break. Okay. So we can delete this from there, and we can delete this from there. But first, I'm going to remove it from the footer.module.sass. Yeah, let's remove it from there. Let's remove this dependency too. Like, why does blog post depend on footer.module.sass, right? There's no reason for that to happen. Import signature from signature SVG. Can I open signature.svg and copy and paste this path into this component? Is that possible? That could be a thing. So we can get rid of the SVG too. But I don't want to do that. That's counterintuitive. What if I want to change it later? Am I just going to copy and paste it again? No. So I think still passing the signature as an image is a better bet. Yeah, just sorry, passing it as a property is still a better bet, because you know it's more modifiable. If someone wants to use a signature component later on, they could just copy it. All right, I could just copy the component and give it their image. I mean, right. Instead of this image, well, we didn't import signature.module.sass. This is going to be signature.module.sass now. Okay. Whoops. And that too, yeah. And the only thing that we're going to pass is the signature itself. Oh, not as like that. Signature image. And also is dark. Okay. So is dark is what, a boolean, and is not required. We don't care, honestly, and it can be null. But what we care about is the signature image. I'm not sure if this is a string or an object. I think this is an object. Can we just say it's an object? Yes, and it's required. Object is forbidden. Node. Is it a node though? I'm not sure. We'll see. It will complain if it's not a node. So yeah, we have all these things, and we are ready to replace the signature with the component in here. Signature image is going to be signature, and that's a bad name. Let's just call this. This is called the signature image. And then is dark is going to be just is dark. Okay. Let's close this off. Import this in, and we can get rid of that now. Okay. I think the footer component is broken now, so let's fix that. Yeah, we have to use the signature in here too. Hey, this has been renamed. Okay, that's going to be easy. Signature, and we're going to have a signature image, which is going to be the signature image. How did we pass it in here? What is it? It's a string. Trust me, it's not a string. Or is it? It's actually a string. That's right, because it provides a link to the actual file. So this is a string actually. All right. So string image is there, and wait, what are yeah, and we don't have is dark in here, so we don't have to provide it. We can do this part. The / there to close the element, and then footer.module.sass doesn't have signature anymore. That's something we can fix, so don't worry about that part yet. But let me go to the home page. Yep, it works on the home page, but why doesn't it work on in the blog? We'll figure that part out. It works in here because in the blog post we haven't modified it yet, I assume. Or maybe we have. Oh, social media bar. Huh. Oh, we modified it in the blog post, but we haven't modified it in the blog, that's why. Yeah, so we're gonna copy this, paste it in here, and signature image has to be imported, obviously. What did we use before? It's just called the signature. Yeah, let me rename this. Oh, we can delete that, and we can delete it from there too. There's blog.module.sass. One sec, I'll be back. I'll be back to the task on hand. Signature, dark signature, yeah, we can remove that. Just put the next line. Yeah, we removed it. Get rid of that one too. And this is going to be called signature image. Okay. Let's import the component in here too. Okay, now I've just noticed something. Let's put these components side by side, and you're going to see what I mean. So, look at this part. And now look at this part. Are they the same or not? Let's try to understand and see. if they're the same, I'm going to extract the whole thing as a component and do my thing, you know. Okay, so it starts with a row, and it pretty much has the same things in it, and we can remove this. We've proved the point, right? This part is the same. That part is 100% the same. Um, Does this mean we can move it out? Probably. Okay, let's think how we can move this out. What does it require? It requires a title, yes. It requires a signature image and is dark as a property. It requires social media links. And it also requires what? Just some styles. I think I can manage that. Or we could just import all of those styles inside this component and reuse it across multiple places, which is probably a better idea. What did I do with the footer? Do we pass everything to the footer, or footer imports some styles? It does import some styles, right? So we have a footer. We're gonna have another component called blog footer. Yeah. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. But I'm not going to do it on the stream because this stream is 50 minutes long already. I'm going to create a task for it, don't worry about it. So let's start by creating a task for it. Take that. And let's say it's a 5-story pointer because I don't remember where's the footer? How I made this part. Just prototypes.shape. How are these things passed? I have to remember all of those things. Probably. I'm not sure. Blog. And okay, so I have this user story. Blog and blog post have the same footer extracted as blog post.jsx. Yeah, I'm gonna put it onto the to do tasks in here. Oh god, speaking is difficult today. Okay. Image carousel should receive help text as a property. Yeah, we're gonna look into that later. Background transition duration exists in both blog and blog post elements in Sass. Merge them and import the common Sass. That's something I can do now. So I have this Sass that I import in multiple places, right? Yeah. And I'm gonna have another common Sass, which is gonna be called animation timer.sass. And in blog post we have these things at the top, and I'm going to paste all of these things in here, and I'm going to remember how I imported widthpicker.sass. I'm just going to search for the project for widthpicker, and it should pop up in many places. Okay, this is how you do it. Import utils widthpicker. That's too easy. Okay, copy, come back to the file, just put these here. Instead of widthpicker, we're going to do animation timer, and it's going to find all of them. Cool. So I think I had all of these in blog.module.sass too. Yeah, what do I have? Background transition duration. Yes, I do have that. Yes, I do have that too. Color transition duration and transition delay. I could just do what I did in there, and that's going to work exactly the same. Cool. I think I do have animations in other places in code too. So if I search for ease in. No. Okay, let me go through the Sass files. Not this. Oh, these are the JSX files. What am I doing? Where do I have animations in code? Home? No. Blog post and blog. We've cleaned those up. Unstyled link, definitely not. Signature? No. No, not right there. Yeah, I have the transitions in there. Okay. I'm not going to touch these. These seem too clean right now. Yeah. Okay, fine. I'm not going to touch those things, but we've changed the animation. We've put the animation times into its own Sass file now, which is fine. Background transition duration exists. Yes, we have done that too. Okay. Next one, extract blog button into its own component. Well, we did not really do this. Instead, we ended up cleaning blog post.jsx. So we cleaned that part. We've also cleaned this button, but I told you, as I told you midway through the stream, I don't see the value in extracting these things like the link into its own separate component just to put the class name, this box class, into its own thing. I know the box class is used in multiple places actually, but oh yeah, the box class is used in multiple places, right? Let's see what this is. It should also be used in the hero component. If that's the case, I can extract it and make it its own separate component. Let me see. So it's just that part, and I remember using it in hero, but the one in hero and the one in here are very different. Oh, okay, maybe they're not. Wait. Okay, are they the same? Yes, yes. Paddings are different. Yeah, we can. That's not really important though. Yeah, that's similar. We can pass the border color as a property maybe. With 140 pixels. Okay. I'm going to update this task and I'm going to say extract blog button into its own component, and it's also used in hero. Okay, I have taken my notes. Extract blog button into its own component, and it's also used in hero. So it's also, if it's also used in the hero component, then yeah, we can probably extract it into its own thing, and yeah, just separate it out, because there's code duplication in here. It's the same thing exists in blog.module.sass and also in hero.module.sass, which we can just move it to its own separate component, its own separate module. We can probably preserve most of the just put or extract most of the rules in here into its own module file, which will make it look nicer. Okay, I'm gonna stick it here so I'll remember it. Yeah, I think that's it for the stream. We've changed it. We've put the background transition animation things into its own Sass file. We fixed the issue where we scroll down the web page, and if we enter the blog, it starts from a scroll down state rather than starting from the top of the page. And next we have fixed blog depends on blog.post.module.sass. We've cleaned all of those things up, and yeah, we've done a fair bit of cleanup too. And we have addressed the accessibility issues in here. Now this is a full button which will get read by screen readers because it contains text saying dark mode toggle. Okay, right, this is it for the stream. Thanks for joining, and the next stream is going to be about cleaning up. So the next stream is just going to be a continuation of all of these things. I'm not planning to add any more features until I finish all of the tech debt items, because I want to keep this project as clean as possible. And then After that, we have lots of feature work, exciting feature work. At some point, I'm going to start working on the interactive CV thing, and we're going to change some colors on the homepage too. There's a lot of exciting stuff coming in. All right, thanks for joining, and have a good night. Bye.